Alright, I'm back. I hit the button again. One day I'll figure out this camera. Got about 5 minutes left on our boil here. So I'm going to go ahead and get a few things set up. I'm going to do something a little different this time. I'm going to do a bucket to bucket aeration. So therefore we're going to need to sanitize both buckets. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this stuff lined up here. Pour in a little sanitizer in here. Pour in some here. Pour in a little bit in our measuring cup. Because now that we've been boiling, we need to make sure everything's sanitized. So we'll go ahead and get some in there. We'll get our airlock down in this one. Oh, dropped it down in the bucket. Alright, we got that in here. It's just sitting there waiting on us. No biggie. It'll be there. Go ahead and get the lid on here. Make sure we plug up the hole. No need to have sanitizer all over the floor. All right, set this bucket down. Pull the lid off. Go ahead and pour that in there. Got this sanitized out. We'll use the same lid. Once again, covering up the hole. Alright. Go ahead and drop that in there. We'll take our remaining sanitizer, pour it in here. We'll pour out the leftover bubbles. They won't hurt you, but I can discard them. So, got our yeast for when we get the temperature. Got about 2 minutes left here on the boil. Go ahead and get me a bag of ice to get me down to temperature quicker. I didn't use this last time. I just used regular tap water. Still going to use tap water, but we're going to speed it up by using the ice. And we'll leave that there. We've had our big spoon in the boiling water, so we're good. Go ahead and drop it in here. Down to about a minute. Since we're making an ale, we'll need to be between 60 and 74 degrees. And then of course we'll fill up to the 5-gallon mark here on our bucket. I'll pour this in there, stir it up a little bit, dissolve some of the ice, and then I'll pour it in the other bucket. Pour it back and forth. The aeration, getting the air in the beer, will help the fermentation process. And I should be posting that video within the next 48 hours to 72. It'll be a brief 30-40 second video, just basically showing you what good fermentation looks like. Same way I did on the last video. Alright, we're done with that. We'll turn the timer off. Go ahead and drop our spoon over here in the sink. Get our boiling wort. Go ahead and stir it up. See where we're at. Looking like we're close to about 78 degrees. So we'll go ahead and drop this over in the other bucket. Stir it around a little bit, and then back over here. Okay, let's see where we're at gallon wise. Looks like we're right at about 4 gallons. Got another bag of ice here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in. See where that puts us at. Oh yeah, now we're down to 70. Now we're cooking. Or cooling, however you want to look at it. Go ahead and pour all this in here. And if you drop below 60, it's still going to ferment. It's just best for the ales to stay around 60 to 74. We're all the way down to 50. Trying to get this ice stirred up real good. We'll go ahead and pour it over one more time. Probably have to do this one on the floor. We have a little more volume, less likely to make a mess. We'll give it a little stir down here, and then we'll pour it back in there. And then we'll do our alcohol testing and toss in our yeast. Okay. Our lid's already sanitized. We got our airlock in here sanitizing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it out. Yeah, I just made a mess. Now we're gonna go over here and pour a little bit of water in this. Get us up to the fill line, drop our airlock cap, lock it down. Go ahead and put the airlock in, then I'm just going to set the lid aside. We can get rid of, well, actually we need this now. We'll go ahead and pour some in here to sanitize this. Then I'll pour it back. And then I'm going to take the remainder and just pour this all over the mug. All right. Go ahead and get us a sample. Quite foamy beer we got here. We'll do this over the sink. Pour that back in there. Drop this in the sink. Hopefully the bubbles will die down so we can get a reading here. Let's see where we're at. Looking like about 1.070 is where we're at. And we're not quite to the 5-gallon mark, so I'm going to add a little bit more water. So if this ferments all the way out to 1.00, we're looking at about 9% alcohol. I'll take it. All right. bring you up here and show you what we're looking at now. Now we're going to go ahead and get our yeast and toss it in. We can go ahead and get rid of our spoon. We're not going to need it anymore. And the yeast I just sprinkle across the top when I can get it open. So we'll get our scissors out here. Alright, and I'll show you what we're looking at now. I'm not sure if you can even tell the difference. Just the yeast sprinkled across the top. Now we'll go ahead and put this down in the floor. We'll take our lid, clip it on there real good, and we'll let it set for 7 days. Now it's time for the yeast to do its work. My work's done. Happy brewing. We'll see you back in a few days.